Hello. So today I'll be discussing how to configure inter-VLAN routing using router on a stick approach. So we all know that in a router on a stick, we will be using only a single router interface and implementing sub-interfaces instead of utilizing all the ports like the one we use in legacy inter-VLAN. So, given the topology, let me just review. So, we have a router and it is connected to the uh, the switch here. And there are two computers, PC4 and PC5. This computer is supposed to be configured under VLAN 10, and this one under VLAN 30. So the IP address are as follows. So 172.17.10.21/24. And the gateway is the first usable of the network, 172.17.10.1. Here we have 172.17.30.23/24. And then again, the gateway will be 172.17.30.23. So in configuring the router on the stick, we just need to interface the ports or the port being used here, which is the G00, and create or implement sub interfaces inside. So again, we have different way of naming, and maybe you just need to follow the simple convention of using the VLAN number as the name for the sub interface. For example, in this G00. So I'll be using G000 dot 10 for VLAN 10 and G000 dot 30 for VLAN 30. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now, please be reminded that the port where you are connecting that interface of the router to the switch should be implemented or configured in trunk mode. Okay, and the one connecting all the computers, of course, are access mode. So let's start by checking the IP configuration. I think it's already configured here, 172.17.10.21, and the gateway is 10.1. This computer, so the IP configuration is 172.17.30.23, and then the gateway is 30.1. Okay, so we're good here. Let's go to the switch. So there, enable, configure terminal. I forgot to show VLAN brief for us to check all the VLANs. Okay, so we want to move or to create VLAN 10 and VLAN 30 first, and then place F011 to VLAN 10 and F06 to VLAN 30. Okay, so VLAN 10, switch port access, VLAN 30, and then interface FA011, and switch port access VLAN 10 for FA011. Okay. And then interface FA06 and switch port access VLAN 30. So do show VLAN brief. There you go. So F011 is already placed inside VLAN 10 and FA06 to VLAN 30. Okay. Continue. Uh, we need to interface the FA04 interface FA04 and switch set the switch port mode to trunk. Okay. This is for uh, FA04 to allow VLAN data to pass through this cable. Okay. Next. So I think we're done. We're done here on the switch. We want to check now the router. So CLI, no configuration yet. So just press enter. And then we need to go to the interface or create sub interface already. Enable configure terminal. And then interface G000.10. So I'm creating sub interface under G000. So naming the sub interface 10 because it will be utilized by VLAN 10. Okay. Inside the sub interface, I just need to issue the command encapsulation dot 1Q and then the VLAN ID, which is the VLAN 10. Okay. And then specify the IP address as the default gateway. IP address is uh, 172.17.10.1, 255.255.255.0, and that's it. So I need to go now to or create another interface G000.30 for VLAN 30. Okay. Then the same encapsulation dot 1Q VLAN 30. Then the IP, the default gateway of VLAN 30. IP address is 172.17.30.1, 255.255.255.0. And then I need to uh, change the status of the interface. Okay. So I need to exit here or just simply interface the G000. Then issue the command no shot. Okay. And that's it. The interface will go up and I think we're done with the configuration. All we need to do now is to check. Let's wait for the amber uh, light of FA04 to become an arrow. Okay. Ping 172.17.10.21. Okay, so that's it. I think it's good already. There you go. Let's try to ping 172.17.10.21. That 30.23. Okay, so that's how you configure inter VLAN using router on a stick.